Hey, we're Cub Sport and we're talking with cool accidents.
I don't even know what I want out of life, what I'm chasing.
I wrote that one in 2015 after I'd been away on a riding trip to LA and London. And it was the first time that I'd spent that much time away from Bolin for years. And I missed him like crazy, and that's when I realized I was in love with him. And that's sort of a bulk of what inspired that song. I wrote it when I got home from that trip.
When I first heard it, I had an inkling that's what it was about, but it wasn't until a little bit later that came out of the woodworks.
Wait, so you heard the song before the conversation actually went down?
Yeah, well before, like a year before.
Yeah, a lot of songs that now it's like so obvious, like Look After Me. I was spilling all my secrets before I was actually ready to talk about it. I wrote that one a few months after we got together and came out and everything, and it was like a time of suddenly having like everything. Like I was like free to be my true self. I was with Bolin, and all my family and friends were like happy for us and supportive, and I just like felt like I then had everything to lose, and it was like, please don't leave me, like don't let this fall apart kind of thing. I think I was so used to like just little disappointments, and that it was almost like a habit to like look for the next thing that could go wrong or something, and it took a while to really adjust to like being able to accept my happiness. And yeah, it was sort of written around that sort of those sorts of feelings. To me, it's just like a happy feeling that, I don't know, it kind of like opened us up to be able to talk about that stuff. And yeah, but it's funny because we had this like burning feeling that we needed to get the album out quickly, and like this time, like September 22 was like the date that that was the first date that came up, and we were like, yep, that's what we're gonna work to. And it was like a crazy amount of work that we set out for ourselves to pull it all together in that time, but we just felt so strongly that it was the right time for it. And it's starting to make sense to us, like why that was. Like we were sort of just following our intuition, and now like with all the stuff that's going on and the amount of people that are saying that our message is helping them, like yeah, it makes sense, and it feels good. So Bats is the title track of the album, and it was inspired by a colony of bats that lived at the bottom of the hill, the house that we lived at while I was writing and recording the album. And every evening we'd go down and watch the bats wake up and just like fill the sky. And I would Snapchat it like pretty much every day. And someone from Texas replied and said that it like looks like Texas, and they see the same thing there. And yeah, it like inspired me to write that song. And I guess the whole the way that the bats tie into it is that when we're looking at that and experiencing like that beauty, it was yeah, like we could be anywhere in the world, and as long as we're together, like it doesn't really change anything.
And you're always on my mind, got me terrified for the day I die.